A pilot light is the small flame inside your furnace that stays lit all year round. You never see it. You never think about it. But when winter comes and you turn the heat on, the pilot light is the reason the furnace fires. Without it, the system is dead. Tonight, God is showing you the pilot light. He placed inside you, small, hidden, but the reason everything still works. If this sound reached your heart, hit subscribe. More music like this drops every week. The Spirit of God lives in you. Romans 8 verse 11. A pilot light stays lit inside the furnace all year round. You never see it, but the small flame keeps the system ready for the cold. And God placed the pilot light inside your spirit, a flame that never went out. And when winter arrived, the flame fired the furnace as foretold. The pilot light is not the fire, it's the spark that starts the fire. And the furnace depends on the small flame that nobody sees but holds. The Spirit of God lives in you, and the Spirit is the pilot light, the flame that stays lit through every season, waiting to be called and controlled. Your pilot light has been burning through every dark season. The flame never went out, and the furnace is about to fire, because winter arrived and it's cold. And the pilot light says the system works, because the small flame held. And the heat tonight started with the spark that never died and never folded. The Spirit of God lives in you. The pilot light burns tonight, and the small flame that never went out is about to fire the furnace and fill the house with the light. The pilot light, small, hidden, never noticed, but the reason my furnace still fires when the cold comes, because the flame never went out inside. The pilot light, the Spirit is the spark, and the spark stay lit through every season. And the heat that fills the house is from the guide. The Spirit lives in you. And the small flame nobody sees is the most important fire in the system and the ride. The pilot light, and the God who placed the flame inside me kept it burning through every winter. And the furnace fires tonight, and the warmth is wide. The pilot light burned in Joseph through 13 years of cold. The flame never went out, and the furnace fire when Pharaoh needed the dream from the cell. The pilot light burned in David through years of caves. The flame stayed lit, and the furnace fire when the crown was placed in the well. The pilot light burned in the disciples through the crucifixion, 3 days of winter. But the flame held in Pentecost was the furnace firing and the spell. And the pilot light says the smallest flame survived the longest winters, because the pilot light was placed by hands that don't let flames die in the shell. Your pilot light is burning right now, small, yes, hidden, yes, but the flame held through everything. And the furnace fires because the season demands the swell. The pilot light says the heat is coming, the sparks survive, and the furnace that fires from this flame will heat rooms you didn't know were cold. And the tell the pilot light, small, hidden, never noticed, but the reason my furnace still fires when the cold comes, because the flame never went out inside. The pilot light, Spirit is the spark, and the spark stayed lit through every season. And the heat that fills the house is from the never went out, never died, never died. The pilot light is my guide. The pilot light. The furnace just fired in the heat that's filling every cold room, because the small flame that nobody noticed held through every winter. The pilot light and the God who placed the spark kept it lit through the darkest seasons. And the fire tonight is from the center. From every cold season, I thought the fire died, not knowing the pilot light was burning, the whole time waiting for the moment to ignite the splinter. The pilot light fired the furnace and the heat spreads, and the small flame that survived is the reason the house is warm this winter. The pilot light, the pilot light. The flame never went out.
An anchor boat is drilled into concrete and holds the structure to the foundation. The building above can sway, but the bolt keeps it from lifting off the base. And God drilled anchor bolts into your life, connecting you to the foundation. And the storm that shakes the structure above can't lift what the bolt holds in place. The anchor bolt is invisible once installed, buried in the concrete. But the building that survives the earthquake is the building whose bolts held the base and the grace. He is my rock, my fortress. And the anchor bolt is the connection to the rock, the steel driven deep that keeps the structure grounded through the rays. Your building is swaying right now, the wind is pushing hard, but the anchor bolts beneath the surface are holding, and the structure is still attached to the base. And the anchor bolt says the sway is normal.
Buildings are designed to sway,
but the bolt that keeps it from lifting is the faith drilled into the foundation of the place. He is my rock, my fortress.
The anchor bolt holds tonight.
And the building that sways in the storm doesn't lift, because the bolt keeps it grounded to the rock in the light. The anchor bolt, my life is swaying, but the bolt's drilled into the foundation. Keep the structure attached to the rock, and the ground holds.
The anchor bolt,
invisible once installed, but the building stands because the steel in the concrete grips what the storm tries to unfold. My rock, my fortress. The bolt and the connection between the structure and the foundation is the faith drilled deep that never broke and never sold.
The anchor bolt,
and the God who drills steel into rock just secured my life to a foundation. The earthquake can't shake and the storm can't move or behold. The anchor bolt held Abraham to the promise. The storm of barrenness shook the building, but the bolt in the foundation said, I will make you a father and a hold. The anchor bolt held Job to the faith. The worst earthquake in the Bible shook everything above, but the bolt said, I know my Redeemer lives in the gold. Oh, the anchor bolt held Peter to the calling. The storm of denial shook the structure, but the bolt said, on this rock I will build my church. And the bolt, and the anchor bolt says the buildings that survived the worst storms in the Bible were the buildings with the deepest bolts, because the grip in the foundation outlasts the wind and the cold. Your anchor bolts are holding right now. The building sways, the wind pushes, but the structure is still standing, because the bolts drilled into the rock grip deeper than the storm can scold. The anchor bolt says sway is not collapse. The building was designed trying to move, but the bolt that keeps it on the foundation never gives and never falls. Ah, the anchor bolt. My life is swaying, but the bolt's drilled into the foundation. Keep the structure attached to the rock, and the ground holds. Oh, no. The anchor bolt. Invisible once installed, but the building stands because the steel and the concrete grips. But the storm tries to unfold. Drill deep into the rock, the bolt holds. Through the shock, the building sway, but doesn't lift. The anchor bolt is God's gift. The anchor bolt. The storm pushed all night and the building swayed, but the bolt's held and the structure is still standing on the foundation this morning. The anchor bolt. And the God who drills faith into rock just proved that the connection between my life and His foundation can't be broken, and it's adorning. From every storm I thought would knock my building off the foundation, not knowing the anchor bolts were gripping deeper than the wind was performing. The anchor bolt held and the building stands, and the rock beneath didn't move, and the steel in the concrete outlasted every gust of the storming. The anchor bolt. The anchor bolt. The anchor bolt. Bolted to the rock. An irrigation channel carries water from the river to the dry field. The field can't walk to the river, so the channel brings the river to the field where it stands. And God built an irrigation channel between His river and your dry ground. You couldn't reach the water, so the water reached you through the plants. The irrigation channel says the water doesn't wait for the field to come to the river. The river comes to the field because the field is planted where it stands. He leads me beside still waters, and the leading is the channel. The path the water takes from the source to the soil that needs it in the lands. Your ground is dry, the soil is cracked, but the irrigation channel is open, and the water from God's river is flowing toward your roots in the bands. And the irrigation channel says the water is coming to you, not because you walk to the river, but because the channel was dug before the drought began in the sands. He leads me beside still waters. The irrigation channel flows tonight, and the water from the river is reaching the dry ground because the channel was dug before the drought arrived in the light. The irrigation channel, the river came to me because I couldn't go to the river, and the water reached my dry roots through a channel I didn't dig. The irrigation channel, the field doesn't walk to the water walks to the field, and the channel makes the journey for the twig. Oh, he leads beside still waters, the channel, and the water that reaches my soil tonight was sent before the drought cracked the ground. And the irrigation channel, and the God who digs channels between rivers and dry fields just send water to my roots, and the soil drinks for the first time in the gig. The irrigation channel brought water to Israel in the desert, struck and water flowed, because the channel between heaven and the wilderness was open at the sound. The irrigation channel brought water to Elijah at the brook. Ravens carrying bread was the channel between God's supply and the prophets' hunger on the ground. The irrigation channel brought water to the widow's jar. Elisha's word was the channel between heaven's oil and the empty vessel that was found. And the irrigation channel says the water always finds the dry field, because God digs channels that connect His river to the place where the need is most profound. Your channel is open right now. The water is flowing, and the dry ground that cracked under the drought is about to drink from a source that runs year-round. The irrigation channel says the water reached you, not because you were strong enough to walk to the river, but because the river was sent to where you are on the ground. The irrigation channel, the river came to me because I couldn't go to the river, and the water reached my dry roots through a channel. I didn't dig the irrigation channel. The field doesn't walk to the water walks to the field, and the channel makes the journey for the twig. Oh, the river came to the field, the channel carries what the drought concealed. Dry ground drinks, the water flows. The irrigation channel is how God shows. The irrigation channel, the water just reached my roots, and the dry ground is drinking for the first time in months, because the river came to me through a channel God dug before the drought. The irrigation channel and the God who sends rivers to dry fields just open the channel, and the water that flows is more than the soil can hold in the spout. From every dry season I stared at cracked ground, thinking I had to walk to the river, not knowing the channel was bringing the river to my roots without doubt. The irrigation channel is open, and the water flows, and the ground drinks, and the river reached the field, and the drought is over because the channel was the root. The irrigation channel, the irrigation channel, the irrigation channel. The river came to the field. The river came to the field.
An electrical circuit only works when it's closed. Open the circuit and the power stops. Close it and the current flows. Your life has an open circuit right now. The power is available, but the connection is broken somewhere. Tonight, God is closing the circuit. And when it closes, the power flows. Stay. The best song on this album is still ahead. Subscribe so you never miss one. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. James 4 verse 8.
An electrical circuit only works when it's closed. Open the circuit and the power stops. Close it and the current flows, and the lights turn on in the room. And your life has an open circuit right now. The power is available, the source is generating, But somewhere the connection broke, and the dark is the gloom. The circuit closer says the problem is not the power plant. The source runs 24/7. The problem is the gap in the wire, where the current can't cross the doom. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. And the drawing near is the closing. The gap shrinks and the current jumps, and the power reaches the room. Your circuit has a gap, a break in the wire, and the gap might be unforgiveness, doubt, distance. But the moment the gap closes, the current flows and the bloom. And the circuit closer says close the gap, one step toward the source. And the power that's been waiting on the other side of the break floods the room. Oh, draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. The circuit closes tonight, and the gap in the wire just closed, and the power flows, and every dark room fills with light. The circuit closer, the power was always available, but the gap in the wire stopped the current. And tonight the gap closes, and the lights turn on. The circuit closer, draw near and He draws near. The gap shrinks, the current jumps, and the power reaches what was dark since the dawn. One step closes the circuit. The source was generating the whole time, and the current that flows fills every room from dusk to dawn. Hey, the circuit closer, and the God who generates 24/7 just found the gap in my wire, and the connection restored, and the power is on. The circuit closed for the prodigal son. The gap was the distance between the pig pen and the Father's house. One step toward home, and the current of grace flowed in the embrace. The circuit closed for Peter at the charcoal fire. The gap was 3 denials wide, but 3 restorations closed the wire, and the power restored the base. Hey, the circuit closed for Israel at the Jordan. The gap was 40 years of wandering, but one step into the water closed the circuit, and the promised land was the space. Hey. And the circuit closer says every restoration in the Bible was a circuit closing. The gap shrinks, the current jumps, and the power that waited on the other side fills the place. Your gap is closing right now. You can feel the current building. The break in the wire is almost connected, and the power is about to flow with grace. Hey. The circuit closer says one more step. The gap is inches, and the current on the other side is enough to light every dark room in your life and the race. The circuit closer, the power was always available, but the gap in the wire stopped the current. And tonight the gap closes, and the lights turn on. The circuit closer, draw near and He draws near. The gap shrinks, the current jumps, and the power reaches what was dark since the dawn. Gap closing, current jumping, the wire connects. The power's pumping, one step nearer. The lights come on, the circuit closer brings the dark closer. The gap just closed, and the current jumped, and every dark room in my life just lit up, because the power was waiting on the other side of the break the whole time. The circuit closer, and the God who generates power 24/7 just connected my broken wire, and the current flows, and every room is in its prime. From every dark room I sat and blaming the source, not knowing the gap in my wire was the problem, and one step would close the circuit and the paradigm. The circuit closer, close the gap, and the power flows, and the lights are on, and the source never stopped, and the circuit is complete, and it's time. The circuit closer. rain gauge measures how much water fell. The farmer checks it after the storm, and the number tells him if the soil received enough to grow what was planted in the ground. And God has a rain gauge on your life, measuring the tears, the prayers, the struggles. And the number says the soil received more than enough for what's about to come around. The rain gauge says the storm was not random. Every drop was measured, and the total that collected in the gauge is the exact amount the next season needs to be found. He has stored up the waters, and the gauge is the storage, the measurement that says the rain wasn't wasted, and the total is enough. And the sound, your rain gauge is full. The storms poured, the tears fell, the prayers rained, and the farmer who checks the gauge just said the soil has enough water for the most abundant crop ever grown in the mound. And the rain gauge says the number is in, the measurement is complete, and the rain that felt excessive was the exact amount the harvest requires in the ground. He has stored up the waters. The rain gauge reads full tonight, and the storms that poured were measured, and the total is exactly what the next harvest needs in the light. The rain gauge, every storm was measured, and the total says my soil received more than enough rain for the biggest harvest of my life. The rain gauge, the tears, the prayers, the struggles, each one a drop, counted by the gauge, and the total exceeds what the next season requires without strife. He stored up the waters, the gauge, and the number is in, and the farmer says the soil is saturated and ready for the crop of my wife. The rain gauge and the God who measures rain just checked the gauge and said the total is more than enough, and the planting begins and the life. The rain gauge measured Hannah's tears, years of drops, and the total produced Samuel, because the soil received exactly what the prophet required to grow and arise. The rain gauge measured Joseph's suffering, 13 years of rain, and the total produced a prime minister, because the soil received exactly what the throne required and the prize. The rain gauge measured Paul's hardship, shipwrecks, beatings, thorns, and the total produced epistles that still feed the church, because the soil received the rain of the skies. And the rain gauge says the highest readings produce the most abundant harvest, because the rain was proportional to the crop God planned and the time. Your rain gauge just hit its highest reading. The storms were heavy, the tears were many, but the farmer says the total is perfect, and the planting starts with the sunrise. The rain gauge says every drop counted, the storms were not random, and the harvest that grows from this measured rain will exceed every expectation. And the eyes, the rain gauge, every storm was measured, and the total says my soil received more than enough rain for the biggest harvest of my life. The rain gauge, the tears, the prayers, the struggles, each one a drop, counted by the gauge, and the total exceeds what the next season requires without strife. Every drop was measured, the gauge reads full and treasured. The storm was not random rain. The rain gauge and the
ever been, and the soil has enough water for the most abundant harvest of my entire life.
The rain gauge
And the God who measures every storm just said the total is in, and the planting begins, and the crop that grows from this rain will exceed the strife. From every storm I cursed, not knowing the rain was being measured, and the total was building toward the exact amount the next harvest needs to come alive.
The rain gauge
Reeds full and the planting starts, and the harvest is coming, and every drop was counted and nothing was wasted, and the rain was the drive.
The rain gauge
The rain gauge
Every drop was counted.
Firefighters start control, burns on purpose. They set fire to the old growth, so the new growth has room to rise. The fire looks destructive, but the burning is the clearing. And God started a controlled burn in your life. The fire is real, the heat is genuine, but the burning is clearing the old, so the new has space and the rearing. The controlled burn says the fire was not the enemy attacking, it was the farmer clearing. And the ashes become the most fertile soil, because the burning feeds what's nearing. He makes all things new, and the new requires the old to burn. And the controlled burn is the making new, the fire that clears what was blocking the new growth from appearing. The controlled burn says the flames you feel are not random destruction, they are precision clearing. And the farmer who lit the fire knows exactly what needs to burn and what needs sparing. And the controlled burn says let it burn. The old growth was blocking the sun, and the new growth that rises from the ashes will be the tallest the forest has ever seen, and it's daring.
He makes all things new.
The controlled burn clears tonight, and the fire that feels like destruction is the clearing that gives the new growth room to reach the light.
The controlled burn.
The fire was set on purpose, and the old growth burns, so the new growth has room to rise from the ashes, stronger and taller.
The controlled burn.
Not random destruction, but precision clearing.
The farmer knows what burns
And what stays,
and he's the caller.
all things new, the burn and the ashes become the most fertile soil, because the fire feeds what comes next, and what's smaller becomes the baller. The controlled burn and the God who lights controlled fires just cleared the ground, and the new growth that rises from these ashes will be the tallest ever.
And the holler.
The controlled burn cleared Abraham's whole life.
Leave your country.
The fire of departure burned the familiar, so the nation could grow from clean soil.
And the spread.
The controlled burn cleared the disciples' old careers.
Leave your nets.
The fire burned the fishing boats, so the ministry could grow from cleared ground. And the thread, the controlled burn cleared Paul's old identity.
3 days of blindness.
The fire burned the Pharisee, so the apostle could rise from the ashes. And the bread in the controlled burn says the tallest new growth in the Bible rose from the most thoroughly burned ground, because the fire clears proportionally to what's ahead. Your controlled burn is happening right now. The fire is hot, the old is burning, but the ground being cleared is the ground where the greatest growth of your life plants its bed. The controlled burn says let it burn. The old growth was still in the sunlight, and the new forest that rises from this fire will reach heights the old growth never reached. And it said
The controlled burn.
the fire was set on purpose, and the old growth burned, so the new growth has room to rise from the ashes, stronger and
controlled burn. Not random destruction, but precision clearing. The farmer knows what burns and what stays, and he's the caller. Fire burns, old growth falls. The clearing makes room for the cause. Ashes fertile, new growth tall. The controlled burn changes it all. The fire just finished, and the ground is clear, and the ashes are the most fertile soil I've ever stood on. And the new growth is already pushing through. The controlled burn, and the God who lights fires on purpose just cleared my ground. And what rises from these ashes will reach heights the old forest never knew. From every fire I thought was the enemy destroying me, not knowing the farmer lit it on purpose to clear the old so the new could break through. Yeah, the control burn cleared the ground, and the ashes are fertile, and the new growth is rising in the forest that comes will be the tallest view. The controlled burn, the controlled burn, the controlled burn. The new growth rises from the ashes.
A ship carries ballast, heavy weight in the bottom of the hull. Not cargo, not goods, just weight that keeps the vessel from capsizing in rough seas. And God placed ballast in your life, the heavy things you carry that seem pointless, the weight that doesn't produce income or applause, but keeps you steady in the breeze. The ballast says the weight you complained about is the weight that keeps you upright. Remove it and the ship tips, because the heaviness at the bottom provides ease. A ship without ballast capsizes in the first wave, and a life without weight tips over at the first wind. The ballast is the stability from the trees. The weight of your past, the depth of your struggle, the heaviness of your experience. Ballast, the thing that keeps the ship from flipping in the seas. And the ballast says stop trying to throw the weight overboard. The heaviness is the engineering, and the ship that carries the most ballast sails the steadiest through the freeze. He gives strength to the weary, the ballast stabilizes tonight. And the weight I tried to throw overboard is the weight that keeps my ship from tipping in the light. The ballast, the weight I carried wasn't pointless. It's the ballast that keeps my ship from capsizing when the waves hit from the side. The ballast, remove the heaviness and the ship tips. The weight in the hull is the stability. The guide, he gives strength. The ballast and the heaviness I complain about is the engineering that keeps me upright in the tide. The ballast and the God who loads ships with weight place the heaviness at the bottom, so the vessel sails steady and the ride. The ballast steady Paul, the thorn was the weight, unwanted heavy. But the ballast kept the apostle from capsizing under the weight of revelation and the call. The ballast steady Moses, 40 years of desert was the weight, heavy, pointless. But the ballast kept the deliverer from tipping under the weight of the hull. The ballast steady Joseph, 13 years of injustice was the weight, crushing heavy. But the ballast kept the prime minister from capsizing under the weight of And the ballast says the steadiest ships in the Bible carry the heaviest weight, because the ballast is proportional to the seas. The ship must cross and not fall. Your ballast is loaded, the weight is real, but the ship sails steady, cause the heaviness at the bottom is the reason you don't tip and you're tall. The ballast says carry the weight, the heaviness is the design. And the ship that complains about the ballast doesn't understand what keeps it from the sprawl. I carried wasn't pointless. It's the ballast that keeps my ship from capsizing when the waves hit from the side. The ballast, the ballast, the ballast, the ballast. Remove the heaviness and the ship tips. The weight in the hull is the stability and the guide. Heavyweight, steady ship. Ballast hold through every trip, don't throw it overboard. The ballast is the Lord. The ballast, the waves hit from every side, but my ship didn't tip, cause the weight I tried to throw overboard was the ballast. It kept me upright the whole time. The ballast, the God who loads ships with weight, place the heaviness at the bottom on purpose, and the stability comes from the heaviness, not the climb. From every heavy season I cursed, not knowing the weight was ballast. And the ship needs the heaviness to sail steady through the roughest water and the paradigm. The ballast holds and the ship is steady, and the waves lose their power, because the weight at the bottom outlasts the wind at the top. And the rhyme, the ballast, the ballast, the ballast, the ballast. The weight keeps the ship steady.
An old switchboard operator connects calls by plugging cables into the right ports. The caller speaks, the operator listens, and the connection is made to the right person. And God is the switchboard operator of your life. Your prayer goes in one port, and the answer comes out another. And the connection between the two was made by His hand and His version. The switchboard says you don't need to know how the connection works. You just speak into the line, and the operator connects the call to the right destination. And the excursion, call to me and I will answer. And the calling is the line, and the operator who connects the call knows every port and every destination. And the diversion, the switchboard has been connecting your prayers to answers you didn't know existed. The prayer went in at port 1, and the answer came out at port 7, because the operator saw the immersion. And the switchboard says keep calling, the operator is awake, and the connection between your voice and the answer is being made right now by hands that know every port and the submersion. Call to me and I will answer. The switchboard connects tonight, and the prayer I sent just got connected to an answer at a port I didn't know existed in the light. The switchboard, my prayer went in speak, and the operator plugs the cable into the right channel. Call to me, the switchboard, and the operator who connects the calls knows every port and every answer. The handle, the switchboard, and the God who operates the board just connected my prayer to an answer at a port I never would have chosen, but it's the right one, and it's not a scandal. The switchboard connected Hannah's prayer to Samuel. The port she prayed into was barrenness, but the operator connected to the port labeled prophet of a nation. And the voice, the switchboard, connected Cornelius' prayer to Peter. The port was a Gentile house, but the operator connected to the port labeled the gospel reaching the whole world. And the choice, the switchboard, connected the thief's prayer to paradise. The port was a cross, but the operator connected to the port labeled today, you'll be with me, and the rejoice. And the switchboard says the most unlikely connections in the Bible were made by the operator who sees every port, because the caller only sees one line, but the operator sees the boys. Your prayer just went into the switchboard. You can't see which port the operator is connecting to, but the cable is being plugged, and the answer is at a port you'd never guess. And the noise, the switchboard says, keep talking. The operator is connecting, and the answer that comes from the port he chose will exceed anything you would have requested. And the voice, oh, the switchboard, my prayer went in one port, and the answer comes out another, because the operator connects what the caller can't see on the panel. Oh, switchboard, I don't need to know how the connection works, I just need to speak, and the operator plugs the cable into the right channel. Prayer goes in, answer comes out, the operator connects without a doubt. Different port than I expected. The switchboard has me protected. The switchboard, cable just connected, and the answer is coming from a port I never would have chosen, but the operator who plugged the cable knows every destination. The switchboard, and the God who operates the board just connected my prayer to an answer so perfect that I know the operator saw what I couldn't see in the creation. From every prayer I thought went unanswered, not knowing the operator was connecting the cable to a port I couldn't see, and the answer was at a different station. Switchboard connected, and the answer arrives, and the port was the right one, and the operator never makes a wrong connection. And the foundation, the switchboard, the switchboard, the switchboard, the operator connects. The operator connects.
A watershed moment is when the rain falls on a mountaintop, and one drop goes east and the other goes west. Same rain, same mountain, but 1 inch of difference determines which ocean the drop reaches. Tonight is your watershed moment. The direction changes by 1 inch, and the ocean you reach changes forever. Share this with someone who needs peaceful music today. This sound was made to be passed on. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43 verse 19.
Watershed moment
is when 1 inch of difference on a mountaintop determines which ocean the raindrop reaches, east or west. 2 completely different destinations from one point, And tonight is your watershed moment. The direction shifts by 1 inch, and the ocean you reach changes forever. Because the smallest shift at the top produces the biggest difference at the joint. The watershed moment says the change doesn't feel dramatic. 1 inch, but the trajectory over distance turns 1 inch into 1,000 miles. And the point, see, I am doing a new thing, and the new thing is the watershed. The moment the direction shifts and the raindrop that was heading east now heads west from the anoint. The watershed moment is this song, this night, this breath, the 1 inch of shift that redirects the entire flow of your life toward a different ocean and the point. And the watershed moment says the shift already happened, you felt it, the subtle turn. And the ocean you reach from this moment forward is not the one you were heading for before the joint. See, I am doing a new thing. The watershed moment is now tonight, and 1 inch of shift at the top changes the ocean I reach at the bottom in the light. Oh, the watershed moment, 1 inch of shift and the destination changes from one ocean to another, and the trajectory is completely new. And the way, the watershed moment, the change doesn't feel dramatic, but the distance amplifies the shift, and what was 1 inch becomes 1,000 miles by the day. A new thing, the watershed, and the direction just changed, and the ocean I'm heading for is not the one I was heading for yesterday. Oh, the watershed moment, and the God who shifts trajectories by 1 inch just redirected my entire flow. And the ocean that receives me will be the display. The watershed moment hit Abraham at 75. Leave your country, 1 inch of obedience, and the trajectory changed from your to a nation and the span. The watershed moment hit Moses at the bush. Take off your sandals, 1 inch of reverence, and the trajectory changed from shepherd to liberator and the plan. The watershed moment hit Ruth at the crossroads. I will go where you go. 1 inch of loyalty, and the trajectory changed from widow to royal grandmother and the clan. And the watershed moment says the biggest redirections in history started with the smallest shifts, because 1 inch at the top is 1,000 miles at the bottom of the van. Your watershed moment is right now. 1 inch, 1 prayer, 1 decision, and the trajectory shifts, and the ocean you reach will be the one God designed. And the scan, the watershed moment says the shift happened, the inch moved, and the flow of your life just changed direction. And the ocean ahead is the promised one, and the plan of the watershed moment. 1 inch of shift and the destination changes from one ocean to another, and the trajectory is completely new. And the way, the watershed moment, the change doesn't feel dramatic, but the distance amplifies the shift, and what was 1 inch becomes 1,000 miles by the day. 1 inch at the top, the ocean changes, it won't stop, east or west. The drop decides the watershed moment, where God guides the watershed moment. The inch just shifted and the trajectory changed, and the ocean I'm heading for now is the one God designed before the first drop fell from the mountain. The watershed moment, and the God who read
every day I lived heading toward the wrong ocean, not knowing 1 inch of shift would change the destination of my entire life. At the mountain, the watershed moment happened, and the flow changed in the ocean. Ahead is the promised one, and the inch that moved was the prayer I prayed at the fountain. The watershed moment. Oh, the watershed moment. 1 inch changed the ocean.
A beacon is a fixed light on the shore that flashes in rhythm, not moving, not chasing, just pulsing in the dark. And the sailor who sees it knows which direction is safe and home. And God is the beacon of your life, a fixed light pulsing in the dark, not chasing you, not running after, just standing in position. And the light says, come home. The beacon doesn't follow the ship follows the beacon. And the navigation depends on the light, staying fixed while everything else moves in the foam. I am the light of the world, and the beacon is the eye, the fixed pulse in the darkest night that says this direction leads to safe harbor and the dome. The beacon says the light has been flashing your entire life, pulse after pulse, fixed on the shore. And tonight the rhythm caught your eye and the home. And the beacon says follow the flash, the light is fixed, the shore is real. And the harbor behind the beacon is the safest water you've ever known. I am the light of the world.
The beacon flashes tonight,
And the fixed pulse on the shore is the direction that leads to safe harbor in the light.
the beacon,
A fixed light pulsing in the dark,
and the rhythm says
this direction is safe,
and the shore
is real, and the harbor waits.
the beacon,
Not chasing, not moving,
just fixed.
and the ship that follows the flash arrives at the harbor that the beacon creates.
I am the light,
The beacon and the pulse in my darkest night is the direction that leads home and the gates. The beacon and the God who stands fixed on the shore just said follow the flash, and the harbor behind my light is the safest place. And the fates, the beacon guided the magi, 1 star fixed in the sky. And the flash led them across continents to a manger and the find. The beacon guided Israel, the pillar of fire, a fixed light in the wilderness. And the flash led a nation through 40 years of the grind. The beacon guided Peter to the water, Jesus walking on the sea. The fixed light in the storm, and the flash said come, and the kind. And the beacon says the most disoriented travelers in the Bible found hope by following 1 fixed light. Because the beacon doesn't move, it stays behind. Your beacon is flashing right now, the pulse is steady, and the direction it points leads to the safest harbor you've ever navigated toward the bind. The beacon says follow the flash is the rhythm of God's presence, and the shore behind the light is where the rest begins. And the mind, the beacon,
a fixed light pulsing in the dark, and the
rhythm says this direction that the beacon creates.
Fixed light,
Steady pulse,
the beacon flashes.
with each repulse. Follow the flash,
The shore is real,
the beacon.
is how I hear.
The beacon, the flash caught my eye, and the direction is clear. And the harbor behind the light is exactly where I need to be. And the ship turns toward the shore,
The beacon,
and the guy who is the fixed light on the shore has been pulsing in my darkness the entire time. And the harbor is waiting for me at the door. From every dark night I sailed without direction, not knowing. The beacon was flashing on the shore, and the harbor was one turn away from the floor.
the beacon,
Flashes and the ship follows,
and the harbor.
receives, and the light was always there, and the shore was always real. And I'm home once more.
The beacon,
The beacon, follow the flash. The beacon. When you transplant a tree, the root ball is the clump of roots and soil that moves with it. The tree survives the move because the roots stay intact and the foundation travels. And God is transplanting you. New location, new season, new soil. But the root ball comes with you. Every prayer, every lesson, every act of faith travels and unravels. The root ball says the transplant doesn't start you from zero. You carry the root system built from every past season, and the foundation goes where you go when the gavels. He transplants us from darkness into his marvelous light. And the transplant includes the root ball, the faith, the wisdom, the strength built in the old soil travels to the new and the travels. Your root ball is packed with years of growth, deep roots, wide reach, strong grip, and the new soil receives the entire root system, not the seedling and the marbles. And the root ball says the transplant is not a reset, it's a relocation with full roots. And the tree that arrives in new soil hits the ground running because the foundation travels. He transplants us into his marvelous light. The root ball moves tonight, and every root built in the old soil travels to the new ground. And the tree hits the soil running in the light. The root ball, God is transplanting me, but the roots come with me. And every prayer, every lesson, every season of growth travels to the new soil. The root ball, the transplant doesn't start from zero, because the root system built in the old ground is the foundation for the new ground. And the soil transplanted into light, the root ball, and the tree that arrives in new soil is not a seedling, but a fully rooted system, ready to grow and uncoil. The root ball and the God who transplants carries the roots with the tree, and the new soil receives the full foundation, not an empty hole of the foil. Hey! The root ball traveled with Abraham from Ur to Canaan. The faith built in one soil grew deeper in the next, because the roots came with the man. The root ball traveled with Ruth from Moab to Bethlehem. The loyalty built in one land produced royalty in the next, because the roots followed the plan. The root ball
traveled with the early church from Jerusalem to the nations. The faith built in one city, multiplied in every city, because the root system expanded in the span. And the root ball says every transplant in the Bible produced bigger trees, because the roots built in the old soil gave the tree a head start in the new land. Your root ball is ready for the move, packed with years of growth, and the new soil God is planting you in will receive the full system and the band. The root ball says the transplant is the upgrade. Same roots, better soil, and the tree that grows from here will be the tallest, because the foundation was built before the sand. Season of growth travels to the new soil. Oh, the root ball, the transplant doesn't start from zero, because the root system built in the old ground is the foundation for the new ground. And the toil, roots intact, soil changes, the tree moves through the ranges, same foundation, new location. The root ball is God's creation. Hey. The root ball, the transplant just happened, and the roots arrived intact, and the new soil receives the full system, and the tree is already growing, because the foundation traveled. The root ball, and the God who moves trees carries the roots, and the tree that landed in new ground is not starting over, it's continuing what was unraveled. From every new season I fear thinking I was starting from zero, not knowing the root ball carries everything I built, and the foundation traveled. The root ball arrived, and the roots spread in new soil, and the tree grows faster, because the system was built before the transplant. And it's marvel, the root ball, the root ball, the root ball. The roots travel with you. The root ball.
Surgeon's steady hand is the difference between life and death. The blade must be precise. 1 millimeter of error changes the outcome, and the steadiness comes from years of practice, not from the absence of pressure. And God's hand over your life is the steadiest hand in existence. Every cut, every move, every incision is precise. And the steadiness doesn't come from the absence of storms, but from the mastery of the measure. The steady hand says the precision of what God is doing in your life right now requires a hand that doesn't shake. And the hand operating on you tonight has never trembled under pressure or displeasure. He holds all things together, and the holding is the steady hand, the grip that never shakes, the precision that never misses, and the outcome is always life and the treasure. The steady hand is working on you right now. You can feel the precision. The cuts that seem painful are surgical, not random. And the hand that holds the blade knows exactly where to cut and the measure. And the steady hand says trust the precision. The hand that operates has never lost the patient. And the surgery happening tonight will save
what the unsteady hands of the world almost destroyed with no leisure. He holds all things together.
The steady hand
Operates tonight,
and the precision
of God's hand over my life has never missed by 1 millimeter in the light. The steady hand, the precision of what God is doing in my life requires a hand that doesn't shake, and His hand has never trembled. The steady hand, every cut is surgical, not random, and the hand operating has never lost a patient, and it's assembled. He holds all things, the steady hand, and the grip that guides my life doesn't shake under pressure, and it's never been dismantled. The steady hand, and the God whose hand holds the blade knows exactly where to cut, and the outcome is always life, and it's handled. The steady hand operated on Abraham at Moriah. The cut was precise, stop, and the blade stopped 1 millimeter from Isaac, because the hand was steady and the knife. The steady hand operated on Joseph in prison. 13 years of precision cuts, and the outcome was a prime minister carved by the most surgical hand in life. The steady hand operated on Jesus at the cross, the most precise surgery in history. The cut that saved the world was made by hands that chose the nails and the strife, and the steady hand says the most critical surgeries in the Bible required the steadiest hand, because 1 millimeter of error changes the outcome and the life. Your surgery is happening right now. You can feel the blade. The cuts are painful but precise, and the hand that holds the instrument has never shaken and arrived. The steady hand says trust the precision. The outcome is life, and the surgeon who operates tonight has performed this surgery since before time and the fire. The steady hand, and the precision of what God is doing in my life requires a hand that doesn't shake, and His hand has never trembled. The steady hand, every cut is surgical, not random, and the hand operating has never lost a patient, and it's assembled. 1 millimeter of precision, the hand doesn't shake in the incision. Life or death, the blade decides. The steady hand is where God resides. The steady hand, the surgery just finished, and every cut was precise, and the outcome is life, because the hand that operated is never shaken under any pressure in any storm. The steady hand, and the God who holds the blade just completed the most precise surgery of my life, and the outcome exceeds what the unsteady world could ever form. From every painful cut I flinched, and not knowing the hand holding the blade was the steadiest in existence, and every incision was surgical, not random in the norm. The steady hand operated, and the outcome is life, and the cuts were precise, and the surgeon never lost a patient in the end.